Dedication, an essential subject from Vinipedia. The remedial measure to cure a patient by medical treatment is useless if it is not sanctioned by the Lord. The attempt to cross a river or the ocean by a suitable boat will fail if it is not sanctioned by the Lord, and parents' attempt to protect their children cannot succeed if it is not sanctioned by the Lord. We should know for certain that the Lord is the ultimate sanctioning officer, and we must therefore dedicate our attempts to the mercy of the Lord for ultimate success or to get rid of the obstacles on the path of success. The Lord is all-pervading, all-powerful, omniscient and omnipresent. He is the ultimate sanctioning agent of all good or bad effects. We should, therefore, learn to dedicate our activities unto the mercy of the Lord and accept Him either as impersonal Brahman, localized Paramtm, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It does not matter what one is. One must dedicate everything in the service of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's dedication category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books: a disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant, and whatever he has in his possession should be dedicated to the spiritual master. PRRR Everyone has his life, his wealth, his intelligence and his words, and all of them should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the via medium of the spiritual master. Armad Bh Gavatam 7.7 30-31. Being so engaged, we may wish to live for many, many years. Otherwise a long life in itself has no value. A tree lives for hundreds and hundreds of years, but there is no point in living a long time like trees, or breathing like bellows, or begetting children like hogs and dogs, or eating like camels. A humble God-centered life is more valuable than a colossal hoax of a life dedicated to godless altruism or socialism. Sri Isaupaniyad, Mantra 2, realized soul in Kaya consciousness should not disturb others in their activities or understanding, but he should act by showing how the results of all work can be dedicated to the service of Kaya. The learned Kaya conscious person may act in such a way that the ignorant person working for sense gratification may learn how to act and how to behave. Although the ignorant man is not to be disturbed in his activities, a slightly developed Kaya-conscious person may directly be engaged in the service of the Lord without waiting for other Vedic formulas. Bhagavad Gita 3.26 Activities dedicated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if performed in small measure, never go in vain. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being the Supreme Father, is naturally very dear and always ready to act for the good of the living entities. Armad Bh Gavatam 8.5 48 The Vyudtas, who are Vyavas, lamented for these very regrettable facts. Because of their spiritual compassion for all the fallen souls, Vyavas go out to preach according to the standard method of all religious principles, but unfortunately, because of the influence of Kali Yuga, Vyavas who have dedicated their lives to preaching the glories of the Lord are sometimes harassed and punished by courts on false charges of disturbing the peace. Armad Bh Gavatam 6.2 Both the father and the mother of Gopala Bhagavtam were extremely fortunate, for they dedicated their entire lives to the service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They allowed Gopala Bhagavtam to go to Vindivana, and they gave up their lives thinking of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Lord Chaitanya was later informed that Gopala Bhagavtam had gone to Vindivana and met Arpa and Santana Gosvam, he was very pleased. Chaitanya Karatam Ta, DLL 10.105 One who is fully in Kaya consciousness is always a renouncer because he feels neither hatred nor desire for the results of his actions. Such a renouncer, dedicated to the transcendental loving service of the Lord, is fully qualified in knowledge because he knows his constitutional position in his relationship with Kaya. He knows fully well that Kaya is the whole and that he is part and parcel of Kaya. Bhagavad Gita 5.3 Karmas are always anxious to accumulate wealth for their sense gratification, but for that purpose they must work very hard. Yet even though they work hard, the results are not satisfying. Indeed, sometimes their work results only in frustration. But devotees who have dedicated their lives to the service of the Lord can achieve substantial results without working very hard. These results exceed the devotees' expectations. Armad Bh Gavatam 8.5 47